Tactical RockNRolla here, going over the Ruger LCP. The Ruger LCP is a 380 version of their line, similar to the Ruger LC9, which is a 9mm version. The LCP has a 6+1 capacity, so 6 in the magazine, 1 in the head. That's as opposed to the Ruger LC9, which has a 7+1 capacity. I do like this one. This one's more of a conceal gun. You can keep it in the hip. You can keep it on the ankle. I've had it inside the belt on the hip, and have people hug me, hold me, touch me, and never know that this was there. This is one of the few guns you can get away with something like that. The overall weight is 9.4 ounces, so you're going to get some recoil. The accuracy on long range is going to be diminished. The barrel length is 2.75 inches, which is compared to the Ruger LC9, which is 3.12 inches, which is not a lot of difference, so the accuracy is going to be similar on both of those. I wouldn't shoot much further out of 10-15 yards with either one of those weapons and expect to hit someone in their head. Other than that, short range, this is great. They're both great weapons. Very, very light. Again, I do like this weapon. I do carry this weapon often inside the holster, inside the belt. And other than that, let's go ahead and take this weapon down. Ruger 380. So there's going to be a little bit of differences between this and the LC9 with the takedown, and I'll show you that. But first, we will make the gun safe and clear. First way to do that is mag release, which is right here. We're going to release that mag, drop that mag. Other than that, we're going to visually inspect, pull it back. Safe for me, safe for you. And now, there's been a little bit of debate on the YouTube. If not, let me bring up the debate where everyone says with the LC9, there's a positional reason why you have to take the pin out and you have to put a little bit of pressure on the slide. With the LCP, I've seen everyone say on the internet, you have to put pressure on the slide to take this pin out. But I do not believe that to be correct, and I will prove that right now. The reason why is there's a tension bar that's on a spring which puts tension on this pin that keeps it in, and that is why the pin stays in place. There is nothing positionally that will keep that on the slide that will keep that pin in. That is not true. It will not come out this side, that is for sure, and I will prove my point right now. I'm not going to put, people say you must put pressure on this slide and then take the pin out. That is not true. You just take a little bit of pressure and pull the pin straight out. I did not put any pressure on the slide. It comes straight out. This is why. Now again, for disassembly purposes, you don't need to pull the trigger like with Glocks and Smith & Wessons. You just slide it forward, similar to the FN. Now, this is why. As you can see, there's a little bar that sits right here in the hole. That is what keeps tension up on the bottom end of this tension pin and keeps it in place, just like so. But that, you do not need to put any pressure back on the slide to pull that out, and as I just proved. Other than that, it is the same. A double recoil spring with a plastic, actually this one has a metal guide rod, which the 9mm had a polymer, now that I notice. But again, other than that, the recoil springs are the same. One small, one big, one inside the other. Guide rod inside them both. Very easy, very simple. Barrel would push forward, pull up and out, and that is it. That is the basic disassembly of the Ruger LCP. Okay, so reassembly is gonna pretty much work the same, everything in reverse. Take the guide rod right here and use the smaller recoil spring. Again, if there's a fatter end, that's going to be the bottom, which will meet the round base of the guide rod. Put put that on first. Once that base is set, the larger recoil spring has symmetry, so it doesn't matter which way you stack it. Just on top of the smaller guide recoil spring, all the way down the guide rod. That is done. Guide rod recoil spring assembly complete. Then take the slide, bottom up, barrel in, all the way back on its seat. Very easy. Now be careful when reassembling this. It's easy to get this guide rod assembly and recoil spring to shoot off. I can vouch for that. So be very careful when reassembling. You're going to put that in, it's going to seat well. Then that, you see that seats well, nice and parallel to the slide, right in that notch seat. Again, to point out, with the Rugers, there's only one notch. There's only one round notch on the barrel, whereas the Glocks and Smith & Wesson have different steps and tiers that come up on the barrel, I guess for different fail-safe reasons. Other than that, for disassembly and reassembly purposes, the Ruger makes it very easy, only one notch, so you know which one to put it in. Barrel in, back in its seat. Recoil springs, plural, in the guide rod assembly with the back is going to sit in that notch, so you're going to push this forward and then set it in its notch with tension. And then notice on the receiver, one rail system right here, which is different than the other guns. You'll notice some of them have broken rail systems with two in the front, two in the back. This has one nice rail system, makes it easy. You just put the back of the slide on the rail system, pull it back, and then just pull it back even. And let me point out one thing actually before I reassemble this, is you see this notch on the barrel right here. Again, let me remove this guide rod assembly and spring. This notch on this barrel, that's where the pin sets in. Right here. You see what I'm saying? The notch, the pin's going to set in right here. So that's all it has to set in. If it's in this groove, this parameters, it's going to fit in fine. And just the tension of everything keeps it in place. So you don't need to put any pressure back. Again, it's this pin, this silver pin that's right in there that keeps the pin in place. So to reassemble again, slide down, notches up on the barrel, and back in its seat. Guide rod assembly through, round end, into the only notch that's on the front tab of the barrel. Guide rod assembly almost parallel. It's actually at a slight slant with the Rugers, but pretty much parallel. This slant would cause you problems in a Glock, and I've shown that in other videos. But this slight angle with the Rugers works just fine. One rail system, again, back end onto it. Again, just pull it back just so it's good. Don't pull it back too far and let go. It will send everything flying. Just pull it back just like this and keep it there. That is all. Then you take your takedown pin. And now here's the thing. Here's the trick. And this is the way, again, I've proven that this has worked. That tension bar, don't just jam it in. You don't just put it in straight in. You're going to want to use the corner, the bottom corner of the pin, and push that bar down as you push it in. Kind of push it in a upward and down angle to go into the pin. And that's what actually makes it go in a little bit easier, which I just proven right there. Which perfectly flush. And then you just push it all the way down, and that is it. Fully reassembled. Mag in, and that gun works. Again, tacticalrocknrolla@gmail.com. Please leave comments. Thank you.